Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Then I have today we have an interesting one, boys. It's your good old tier list. I was thinking about what kind of stream to do today, and sort of this idea has been on the back of my mind. I have another idea for a tier list, but it's way more dangerous, and I think I'm gonna get cancelled if I do that one. So I'll leave that one for some other time. Right. Well, let me check if everything works as usual. Don't cream your pants yet. I'm just starting, boys. And by boys, I mean nobody, because probably nobody's gonna join this piece of shit, right? We're gonna watch this dumb stream, right? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, this works, this works. Yeah, okay. Wait, what? Huh. That's weird. Oh. How the fuck does this work? Man, OBS is fucking weird sometimes. I'm here, Senpai. Hello, Toucher. Unfortunately, it's not Honkai. I'm not giving any promises. Maybe I'll do a Honkai tier list someday, but the problem is I just don't know much about it. I mean, I don't know as much as I know about ZZZ, for example. Yeah. Still, it should be fun today. Today I'm doing things a bit differently. Today I actually came a bit prepared, because the problem was I was editing my last stream on a tier list. I can explain something if you don't know. Yeah, I know, but it's still not going to be as entertaining, you know? When you watch someone's tier list, you sort of expect the guy to at least know what he's talking about. But I'm gonna sit here like an idiot and like, what is this guy? And it's like, what's the point of listening to me? Like, if you're a new viewer, like. But yeah, anyways, this time I got in a bit differently. Today I actually have a script. Can you believe this? Well, I didn't write it just for this tier list. I actually wrote it some time ago. I wanted to make this tier list some time ago, so I wrote the whole script, but for some reason I've just been sitting on it. I haven't been making a video. So the way I thought I'd go about it, I'd stream it. Of course, I'll read the script, but it's not going to be just written. So I will still interact with you guys. I still give my opinions. We'll still switch to the game to, you know, to showcase like the cutscenes and shit like that. So yeah, it should be fun. I don't have any beer today with me, unfortunately. So today we're going to be discussing agent stories. So the criteria is, at least for me, when it comes to individual stories of the characters, is an S tier story will feature a like agent's backstory, featuring their lore and showing how they became the person they are now. Expanding the current character traits is also good, or even show some new ones, allowing us to see more sides to our favorite characters. Of course, deepen the relationship with Proxy in some ways, that's good as well, or at least have some fun interactions, at least. And of course, when it comes to agent stories, they're all usually capped off by great cinematics, so that's gonna go into the rating as well. Sober stream again? Yeah, I shouldn't drink so much. I'm trying to go a little sober. Sorry, Z, so your opinion is trash. Well, the thing is, as I said, I have a script, and I'll give a little details about the story, so you will know what's going on, right? So that's an S tier story, and so an F tier story like will not tell us any information about the agent. Like, will feature the narrative that is barely connected with an agent. Like, will not expand upon their character and relationships with the Proxy and, well, anybody else, and just be boring as fuck, right? So that's my basic criteria. I think it makes sense, right? Which stories are gonna be in what tier. As I said, I have a script ready, so. Because I didn't remember most of the stories myself. Not all stories in ZZZ are good. Some of them are trash, as you will promptly see. So let's begin with the first one, Mole in the Hole. More like hole in your ass. Alright, let me switch. So this one. it's the very first story we actually introduced to. We actually have to do this one. Every other story you don't have to do. You just do it to like know more about the agent and get the polychromes and whatnot. And the Soldier 11 story fucking sucks dick. So basically what happens is she's trying to find a mole. She's from a ball squad, so at least we're early in the game we get introduced to their ball squad, which plays pretty important part later. But basically what happens, she's trying to find a mole in her squad, and she knows that he's a big fan of famous hacker Phaethon, meaning us. So she decides to use us to get close to him and root out this mole and the rebellion that he's cooking up. That's pretty much it. Unfortunately, because of the nature of the mission, we end up interacting more with this Mole character and not Soldier 11. And let me tell you, Mole is fucking boring. He's completely inconsequential to the story. We do a bunch of useless tasks for him in order to prove that we are really Phaeton, and he just drags on and on. As far as her character, we don't really learn much about Soldier 11. We learn she is a bit stickler for the rules, constantly reminding us that we're 35 seconds late, which is a bit weird because this sort of trait doesn't really come up later when she appears in the story again. And we also learn that she likes the fucking spicy noodles, and she talks about spicy noodles constantly. Yeah. I don't know, but why can't we skip this one? I believe you have to continue with the story. You need to do the first part of Mole in the Hole first. If you look for like any new event, it always says complete Mole in the Hole part 1. Any integrated development for anyone? Yeah, for example, for the person that the agent story is based on, or for their friends, because their friends, of course, sometimes are in the story. I'm gonna talk about. Yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. This is the introduction. Sort of introduction to the agent story, so to speak. So we do earn Soldier 11's trust by the end, but that's pretty much it. So I wouldn't say this is like straight F category. Anyway, let's check out the cutscene, huh? Let's check out the cutscene real quick. I don't remember where is it, but I'm sure it's gonna be fast. She's called. Did I switch? Yes, I switched. She's called Stern Girl here, and she called herself Flame. What cringe! She called herself Flame. Cringe Soldier 11. Real cringe.
55 seconds. That's how late you are.
Yeah, that's what I'm not talking about, like this stickler to rules type of shit. Yeah, I'm gonna skip this one, it doesn't really matter. I want to get to the cutscene. The cutscene, I believe, is not that great as well. I believe it shows Soldier 11 get her ass blasted, and then Trigger saves her. Yeah, you hear Mr. Mole? So why the fuck do I want to interact with this guy? I want to interact with Soldier 11. I'm not... you're not really Faith? Fuck off. Yeah, like shove that shit up your ass.
Finished so fast, and with such...
Yeah.
That's that. That was a pretty smooth escape.
No, I think it should be in the last one, right? Yeah, it's probably gonna be in the last one. Mr. Generic Villain, yeah, absolutely boring villain. It's not even a villain, he's just an idiot, to be honest. He's kind of a dumbass.
Even if
Bit of a dick.
could try all the secret channels at once.
Is that the cutscene? Yeah, that's the cutscene. Unfortunately, yeah, I'm supposed to see how cool Soldier 11 is in this cutscene, but what I see is like... just okay. Why is she not using her flames, for fuck's sake? Yeah, it's definitely, you can tell that this was probably one of the earlier cutscenes. It's not as sharp as the other ones. It's okay. As Zenla's Zone, it's still a great looking cutscene. Oh, that she's using flames. She still gets beat up though. Like, why the fuck? Anyway, we're gonna... I believe, spoiler alert, actually Trigger is gonna save her. But we don't actually see the Trigger, so it was a bit of an appetizer to wet our lips. We just know there's a sniper in a ball squad. And professional military teamwork. The EOS is cute though. Can you imagine Vice actually doing this?
You guys prove pretty tough, but it's useless.
Why the fuck did you come out in the open? Is it gonna help the sniper to shoot more accurately? So yeah, that's basically the Trigger. I tried stopping the video to see if you can actually spot Trigger, but you can't.
Coming from the defense force, you should understand. Your little tricks are futile when faced
Actually,
with
no, it's not
professional
Trigger. It's
military
just some
teamwork.
guys. Why? For some reason, I always assumed it was Trigger. Oh, look at Vice being all cute.
You don't get it. Because you're nothing but a despicable traitor.
Okay, that was pretty bad.
12 o'clock.
That was,
Weapons.
yeah. Let's skip the rest here. Oh, there's a fuck shit. There's one more cutscene. Well,
Sorry. We went
I don't even remember it, to be honest. Anyway, I wouldn't say it's like straight F tier. There's still some funny banter with Soldier 11. There's still something at least to cling to. I'll put it in D for now. Yeah, Noodle Hand. Once again, I don't want to talk to the fucking mole, is I guess my main point with this story. Anyway, the next one is... Let me open. Next one is Cat and Mouse featuring Nekomiya Mana, aka Nekomata. And boy, oh boy, do I hate this one. I hate this one on a personal level, to be honest. I hate this one with passion. Mostly because of the squandered potential. Anyway, let's get into it. Let me open this up for the presentation. Well, first of all, let me ask a simple question. Who the fuck is that on the title screen? Is that supposed to be Nekomata herself? Fucking haunt, if that is her, but she definitely doesn't have breasts like that. Let me tell you that much. She doesn't have breasts like this. Maybe it's like grown up Nekomata, or how Nekomata sees herself in her head. Well, anyway. Right, the plot itself. Nekomata hires us for a commission, and we are forced to accompany this fucking new doofus character. Sort of like the same thing with the mole. So we accompany this character Oli, who with one of the worst beards in the game. Neko is slightly... Yeah, so I don't know who that's supposed to be. The worst part of this... That's pretty much the whole story. So we're basically forced to interact with this character named Oli. We're sort of trying to get someone from... I don't remember all the details, and I couldn't give a fuck to check. I just gave the story a quick rundown and summary. And we're basically trying to go undercover, some dumb shit like that. But the worst part of the entire story for me is that instead of interacting with us, Nekomata spends the entire story talking to this sack of shit named Oli. That pissed me off to no end. Seriously, the entire time, Nekomata rarely addresses us. There's no, like, character build-in between us, there's nothing. There's just Oli, and he, like, hogs Nekomata to herself. We don't learn anything new about her, we don't learn anything cool, there's no plot, there's no character development, it all sucks dick, I hate this story. And the problem is, okay, I don't like Mole in the Hole as well, but I hate Nekomata's more, is because of squandered potential. So, Soldier 11's story is, okay, it's Soldier 11, sort of... she's not that complex of a character. Granted, Nekomata is also not that complex of a character, but she has a lot of mysteries around her. What's up with all the with all the yokai and temple shit and the temple dressing that she has? What's up with all the double tails? Like, does she actually need them? Are they cybernetic? What about the bar on her forehead? Like, what does that do? None of this shit is answered. None of it, and that just annoys me. And they abandoned that character. We never learn more about her. There's so much interesting, there's so much interesting details in her design, but they say fuck it all. Yeah, so this piece of shit. You can see Oli here. He can seriously go suck my little small greasy Russian cock and just gobble on that shit for a bit. You know what I mean, guys? He can really go fuck himself. As you can see, proxies are nowhere to be seen. Oli is talking to Nekomata, Nekomata is talking to Oli. I feel like I'm getting cuckolded here. Can somebody call Toucher? Because I feel I'm getting MTR'd by this story, actively. That's why I dislike it so much. I'm actively disliking this story. Fuck you, Oli. Piece of shit. Anyway, let's check. The cutscene, I believe, is okay. The cutscene actually shows Nekomata doing shit, which is pretty good.
We've arrived at our destination.
I believe Nekomata cutscene is pretty fun. Yeah.
How much longer are you gonna bug me?
And actually showcases Zenless Zone Zero animation style pretty well. Up to you!
Dream on!
Nekomata always makes funny faces. That's why I want to learn more about her. Yo, was that an ultimate? That was a pretty fun camera move. Did you guys see that? That almost looked like it came from a movie. I swear. Of course, the...
She's just some lousy cat.
Yeah, you think? Cat jump scare, boys. Be careful. Is it implying that she kicked him in the nuts? Yes, it does.
See that one more time?
Straight up crush the ball's nuts. Well, to be honest, I wouldn't be against it. Well, to be honest, the guys here are pretty dumb.
Told you I could take all you out just by myself.
Anyway, it's a pretty fun animation.
Miss Nakamata,
Definitely showcases why I like Xenoblade Zero animation style a lot. A lot of movement, a lot of beautiful thing, a lot of smooth movement, a lot of creative camera shots and breasts. Well, that's definitely not Nakamata. Like, who the fuck is that? Why is she like kissing this? Is that Ollie? Okay, well, okay. I think we had enough NTR at this point. Yeah, so I don't think it's gonna be any surprise where we're gonna put Nakamata's story because it's shit. Yeah, I think I've said enough about it. I don't want to stay too long on it. But yeah, it's not that great. It's not that great. It's fucking horrible! Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop now. Okay. Alright. Next one. Next one is Grace's, I believe, right? The Iron Witch. Right, let me pull that up real quick. Right. Let's see. Man, I have this in the script. I have like this entire rant written out, but I actually didn't read the script this time. I hate the story so much, I wrote this segment twice, basically. Anyway, Grace Sword. So the story expands on pretty much her only character trait. If you remember, it's just interest in machines and not much else. Usually forgetting or not paying attention to anything else. Following the main story and the destruction of Bellabog's machines, Grace hires us in order to help hack into the new machinery that is provided by the Three Gates company. Never heard about that company until I played the story. In exchange for some of the Bellabog's documentation. Along the way, we meet a woman who apparently knows Grace, even calling her the frosty cold Iron Witch, and Grace apparently being none the wiser on who the fuck that person is, but we can probably already guess. She turns out to be Betty. They both studied under the same teacher, and of course, not surprisingly, Betty is very annoyed that Grace doesn't remember her. So, to prove her point that Grace's obsession with technology is bad, she issues a robot duel, using stolen schematics of her own machine, which makes it go haywire with Grace saving the day. So, that's pretty much the entire story. At the end, she shows compassion for Betty, complimented her on her work. She also reveals to us, I mean the Proxies, that the reason she's so attached to the machines is because she wants to send them into the hollows to help more people. We can probably guess that something tragic happened to Grace's close ones, and that's the only way she can help others, sort of deal. So, that's the entire story. Once again, there's nothing too special about it here. Let me open it up real quick. I think the only reason people... Wait, where is it? I think the only reason people know about this story is the cinematic, because the cinematic reveals Grace's fetish. We'll see it in a second. So, overall, it's not like it's a bad story. We definitely learn more. We definitely learn more about Grace. We learn about her past. We learn that she's not just about the machines, but it feels so watered down, I'll be honest with you. It feels a bit watered down. The stakes are kind of mid. I don't hate this story, but I don't like it either. It's just okay, I think, in my opinion. Can I see the cutscene, please? Can I see the main reason people play this fucking game?
Main control system's damaged. Now's the time. Betty, give me the control panel.
What? Here.
Cut autonomous order percentage. Switch permissions to G44. Seize fire control radar module.
Yeah, just a bunch of made-up mamba-jumba.
Energy pump.
Yeah, it's meh. I agree. It feels like they still didn't know what they wanted the agent stories to be. They definitely will get better at it as we go along, but for now, yeah, it's just mid.
A manual reboot? Are you out of your mind?
It's about time to see some,
Isolate and disable.
Close your eyes, boys.
It's done.
Might be too stimulating for you. Oh my god. Man, of course it happens near the end.
Right?
But you know what I'm talking about. Oh boy, here we go.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. I'm about to see some real stompers. Yeah, so that's Betty, by the way. She wears the same glasses as Grace, which I found interesting. Wee! Wee!
What a good kid. Welcome back.
Yeah. Yeah. For some reason, in my memory, we actually see... Is it Mandela effect? In my memory, I think we actually see her slipping out of the boot. On the way down, we actually see the foot like slipping out of the boot. Did they remove it? Or is Mandela effect? Man, anyway. The thing is, there's not much to the story. But once again, I don't think it's like horrible or anything like that. The problem is, I think Grace is not that interesting of a character to begin with. She's just not that interesting. Is it as bad as Mole in the Hole? Yeah. Let's place her in C for now as a base outline. I don't think it's C actually, but we'll move her around as we go along, you know. For now, we'll place her in C because I think it's slightly better than Mole in the Hole and fucking definitely better than the Nekomata storyline. I would say D. Yeah, I would probably agree with D. Yeah, she's definitely not C tier, for sure not. I just place her here because we're just starting. Yeah, I'll just put her in D, above Mole in the Hole. Okay, the next one is... Yeah, this one is weird, okay? This one is not good for consumption. Let me pull up the script. The schoolyard powerhouse. Where the fuck do I even begin with this one? I remember playing this story on stream, and I felt like I was doing something wrong. I felt like I had to look over my shoulder, make sure nobody watches me play that. So this story is basically about infiltrating the elementary school with Collada getting dressed up as a kid to blend in. That's the gist of it. I mean, I know Collada is small, but she's not elementary school old. I can't show it to you right now because the events outside of the dialogue, you can't really see them. But there are moments where she stands next to some kids, and I don't know, it looks uncomfortable. So basically, what happens is the actual storyline. They need to investigate a holo that is inside the elementary school, so they ask proxies for help to get more information. So while Collada and Grace distract the class with their disguises or whatever, Bell can sort of find out more information about the holo. So, and it turns out that, of course, that the principal of the school is actually using the holo to mine resources out of it, and the school is basically just a cover-up. So they ransack the operation, saving the principal's daughter, who chooses to forgive the father in the end. I have so many questions about this. Oh, fuck off! Yeah, get the hell out of here. Can I get some actual viewers and not this pieces of shit? Suspicious user? Yeah, you think? Alright. So, my main question is, with this story, if we sort of move away from the weird stuff, my main question is, if you need a cover-up for a holo mining operation, Why in the love of fuck would you do it in elementary school? And I assume new Eridu still cares about the children. Is it not the most fucked up place to do a hollow mining operation in? How do you even hide a hollow from a government? How it just happens? So, in my opinion, there is absolutely no reason for this story to exist. Belobog Industries might have just found the hollow themselves and had the same results. It almost seems like someone on the team has some strange fetishes and they really wanted to dress Collada as elementary school student. And yes, there's some artwork of her as elementary school student. Yeah. So the story doesn't make sense. It doesn't really fit Collada because Collada's story should have been either about her father, the money problems that the Belobog industry faces, or the future prospects of the Belobog industry. Something about that. Yeah. So it doesn't really fit Collada. It's not about Collada even. It's about the elementary school. Doesn't show us new sides of her. Doesn't do like any relationships with Proxy. We don't learn anything new. I don't remember the cutscene, and I couldn't be bothered to check it out. I don't think there's even a cutscene. So yeah. Let's just check real quick. Yeah. I don't think there should be a cutscene, but I don't remember.
Proxy, thanks for coming so quickly. Just in case I brought
Yeah, no problem. I can come quickly anytime you want.
Thank you for saving me, but
Yeah, do they look the same age?
Boy, Principal, what's with that face?
Principal. There's not even a cutscene apparently.
Kaleda.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, there's not a cutscene. There's just they talking side by side.
Huh?
I just feel like we went through all that, but in the end,
Yeah,
it didn't
that's
mean anything.
yeah, that's my exact thoughts on this entire fucking story.
Yeah. After all, my dad didn't even go to jail.
Like, what was the fuck is the point of all that?
That's not. It's just not only did
It's
they end up
awful.
making you transfer.
It's awful.
Is that I don't think
It's
this
shit.
is meaningless.
I don't like Collada as much as I like Nekomata. Collada's story is basically told and done. Her main story objectives were completed in her main story arc was completed in the Belobog storyline. So there's nothing to gain from this story at all. It just sucks. Alright. Let's throw this shit in the fucking pits of hell that it deserves to be in. Yeah, the Lycan story. Actually, I don't remember. I remembered almost all the stories. Maybe not like all the details around them, but I could remember most of them. The one I couldn't quite remember was Lycan's one, and I think it's because I skipped it. So I had to replay it to write the script back in the day. And yeah, let me just pull that shit up. Yeah, Lycan's story is not that great as well, to be honest. It's not as bad as fucking Collada's one. So Lycan's employer is about to get robbed silly, so he contacts us for help. Meeting the thief, it turns out to be the daughter of the employer, who you lead out of the hollow. So she did that in order to join the mysterious gang of thieves known as the Mockingbird. And the Mockingbird is actually a nice bit foreshadowing, because we end up meeting this Mockingbird group. I wouldn't call them the gang of thieves, more like a gang of lower Q individuals. So yeah, this faction already exists in the game, and it was pretty cool to, get to know it sooner. So later in the main story, we learn that Lycan had damn near brotherly ties with Hyuga. I believe at that point we don't know that it's Hyuga, we just know that he had some ties with someone from the Mockingbird. So his concern about Mockingbird here makes sense, so this sort of ties the story together. Yeah, that's pretty much it about the story. The most important part that we learn from here is that the Mockingbird part, and that's pretty much it. Do you remember anything about from the story? Because I swear to Christ, even replaying it, I was forgetting some of it. It's not horrible. Once again, there's nothing offensively bad about it. Yeah, it's just okay. at best. Man, I didn't even switch. I don't remember if this one has a cutscene as well. Yeah, I don't think there's oh no, there is a cutscene. I don't remember a goddamn thing about it.
No way!
Oh yeah, he was pretending to join them. And they were gonna do some bad things to this girl. You know, get her introduced to the knots, if you know what I'm talking about. Does anybody in this fucking world actually believe he would hit the girl? Like, seriously. That was a funny shot, though.
We had a deal.
Deal? Oh, I made a deal. But not with you.
Was there any point to tease them like that, though? Like, seriously. Oh, there's one more.
Take them down!
As you wish, my liege.
Rare footage of Lycan using his fists.
The embers of the waning moon. That is when your karmic retribution shall strike.
You can't get it.
Can you imagine Hugo actually hiring this
Allow me to
guy?
give you a warning. Never say that name again, or else no one will be able to save you.
You think it's someone's fetish?
It is done. They should know.
You think any girls would like to, you know, him to step on them or something like that? I swear.
Hello!
Completely forgot about her.
Please.
But yeah,
I hope you like them.
that's the daughter of the president or the owner of the. Also the what the fuck? No, not the owner. That's my mistake. Anyway, just some employer.
Humility, courage. I shall never compromise in my. I shall never.
Yo, that's Hugo actually.
loyalty to my companion.
Damn. So they designed him. So they designed him way back when.
It's loyalty.
I actually don't remember that. Pretty cool.
Lycan. I can't believe you're
Did they
having
change his
trouble
voice?
memorizing such simple
That's
lines.
not his voice.
Could it be that there's something wrong with you here?
Shut it. Speaking of, why am I?
Because my
So what?
using in any
I guess I didn't really pay much attention to Hugo. I didn't know we're actually gonna get him as a character later.
So, doesn't that sound super?
Save your daydreams for after we get.
Anyway, there is a lot about their relationship in the story. Anyway, yeah, I don't particularly have any strong feelings about this one. It's not. I suppose it's not bad. Well, just place it in D tier and be done with it. Actually, the next one is better. It's going to be better at least. So, right, where are we? Right, the Alexandrina Sebastian storyline. Actually, the reason I kind of like it is because we don't actually get much information about Alexandrina from the main game. She sort of appears, says a few lines, and that sort of disappears. The Victoria's maiden services are kind of get shafted overall. Anyway, the story starts off silly. Alexandrina contacts us to find a special sweet cake on the 6th Street. So that was commissioned to Rena herself by seemingly senile Granny. Since we live on the 6th Street, it makes sense to ask us for help. Upon finding the sweet cake, the Granny does 180 and tasks us to do another thing, seemingly losing interest in the first thing. Rena, having this commission to be her evaluation in Victoria's services, goes along with it, so she can't fail it. So we start looking for more things that could be considered sweet cakes. After a while doing this menial task, we've come to find out that Granny does not remember any of us and seems to suffer from cognitive corruption syndrome, which explains her behavior and failing memory. While doing the commission, we learned that long ago she was working in a hospital, taking care of the newborns, when it suddenly got swallowed by a hollow with all the kids not surviving. So this Granny, well, she was young then, she had a habit for calling these children sweet cakes, and because of the shock of what happened and her contracting this cognitive corruption syndrome, she sort of remained static in that moment, basically searching for any relation to the sweet cakes that she can find. So we actually visit the hospital again in the Hollow, and she just starts talking to the empty beds, which is a kind of a sad scene, to be honest. And the thing that surprises me most of all, that there is no good resolution to this quest. You basically have completed the commission by finding her sweet cakes, but she's still corrupted, and she's still mentally unstable. And at the end, I believe she's sent to the nursing home. So that's a bit of a unique and sort of sad ending, especially considering what we looked at so far. So it's okay. It's actually okay. So we learn more about the world. We learn more about Alexandrina. We learn more about how the Hollows affect the daily lives of people. And most importantly, at the very end of the story, we actually make a little promise with Alexandrina that we will look after each other even when we get old. So they sort of also strengthen the bond between them, which is pretty cool. So yeah, Alexandrina's story is definitely not that bad. I don't remember if there's any cutscenes in it. God, my throat has started getting parched. Parched as fuck, boy. I don't remember if there's any cutscenes. I believe not.
How are you, manager? Has Granny been to your store lately?
Oh, I forgot her voice completely.
Preparate.
Not here.
Yeah, that's the... Oh, there is a cutscene. Man, I don't remember it.
Ethereals are coming, Granny. Come on, we have to go.
Don't be scared. I'll protect you. I will.
You have to let go, Granny. That isn't your sweet cake.
It's a sweet cake. I won't lose another sweet cake.
She won't listen. What do we do, Rena? Rena!
Name, Leisha Christie. Nurse ID 210.
Yeah, that's basically where the information drop
Your
happens.
sweet cakes aren't lost. The silly smiling sweet cake still loves to smile. She became a maternity nurse, just like
Yeah,
you.
but not
The loud
all of
sweet
them.
Cake doesn't talk much over the phone, but he said he'll come see you. Right after.
I'm
his
still really
consultation,
confused about Alexandrina's powers.
The drooling.
I mean, I know we have a lot of weird powers, but some of Alexandrina's really confuse me.
He might be off fighting ethereals as we speak.
Did she build those bank boos herself?
You didn't lose them, Granny.
Why are they okay with being electrocuted all the time?
They just.
How are they flying? But anyway, considering what stories we had so far, this one is not so bad. And a good introduction to Alexandrina as this caring type of maiden. Yeah, you can fuck right off. Right. Right. Oh man. Right, so I'm actually kinda tempted to place her in B tier. But it's mostly because what we had so far was kinda trash. I'll place her in B for now. It's definitely better than everything that we had before. For sure. Right, so wait. Actually, no, wait. The next one, I think they're in the wrong order. I think they are in the wrong order because the next one is supposed to be. Yeah, the next one is supposed to be the Chingy one, right? Oh, that's not on me. I didn't create the tier list. So yeah, let's just move her real quick. It's pretty far, right? Like this. Yeah, the next after her is Bernice. But yeah, Chingy's, at least in the script I have the Chingy storyline, but yeah. So the case of a missing Bang Boo. The case of the missing Bang Boo is sort of an interesting story. I think the most interesting part happens in the end, and I'm gonna check it out. So basically, Chingy hires us to help with the public security work, which turns out to be finding the missing Bang Boo. Now that's weird in and of itself, because if the Bang Boo goes missing inside of the Hollow, nobody like cries a river about it, because they're constantly being made, the new ones. At least we think so. We actually don't know. Maybe they're not being made. But Chingy, probably being an AI construct herself, probably feels more feelings for the Bangboos, so that's what she decides to find them. But as I said, there's not much to the entire flow of the story itself. We just go from place to place, searching Bangboos, saving them, and doing other things. The most interesting part happens at the end. That's when Eos, our Bangboo, the one that we connect to, actually gets his eyes damaged, and so not unable to help Chingy anymore. The situation gets fucked until you connect to Chingy directly, like she's your Bangboo, which is quite amusing, to be honest. And that opens like a whole new can of worms. Can we connect to all AI constructs? Can I connect to Orphe and Magus's tail and just like push her between the thighs of Orphe? Okay, that thought kind of escaped me for a second. Anyway, I think it's shown in the cutscene, which is pretty cool.
I just tried contact. Master, I have.
This is strange.
Somewhere around here, I think. Yeah. Don't ask me why she's wearing Bangboo on her head. That's a weird scene in and of itself, but we do know that the proxies have powers beyond of what we know. So could they actually integrate with AI constructs and Bangboos? Perhaps.
Less than 50 meters. The hollow exit is just up ahead.
That's a lot of Bangboos that we saved. Yo, don't drop me.
Jimmy, do you copy? Can you make it?
Humans. Such an interesting species.
Are we? I always thought, like in sci-fi,
Creatures.
we're not interesting. We're kind of boring. We're boring goonheads. There's nothing interesting about us.
This
I think you're infinitely more interesting.
and suffering. Is that what life truly is?
Well, depends. Depends on where you were born. Anyway, overall, it's not a bad storyline. It's not great. It's definitely a bit boring right until the very end, because until the very end, she's basically doing one thing. She collects Bangboos. I replayed this story, but of course I did it quite quickly, but I don't remember seeing anything that interesting about it, to be honest. Maybe interesting for... yeah, maybe that, but as a sort of... this was definitely a Chingy storyline with... and by the way, another thing happens, that this storyline actually makes Chingy be aware of us as proxies, I believe. Like elephants, like humans, for example. Maybe. But still, I think my thought process was, you know, like in all the sci-fi games, usually the humans are being like shown as the most interesting ones, and oh, this Krogan is strong, this Salarian is smart, but humans can be everyone, and I think it's bullshit. All humans can do is fucking jerk their little ding-dongs, sit at home and eat the food delivered them to someone else. Anyway, maybe I've gone too far there, guys. Don't lynch me on that one. Right. So let's see, where's my... God, there's so many buttons to click here. Like, holy shit. I'll place it in C tier. The reason I place it in C tier is because we actually learned something more about the lore. We learned about the Chingy, obviously, the way that she's an android. We learned a little bit more about the lore. The cutscene was okay. So yeah, I would say it's definitely beats these ones. The only good thing about the Iron Witch is the cutscene as well, for example, but it gives fuck all about the lore. So yeah, I think it wins out. I'm gonna put it in mid C for now because I'm tired of putting everything in D. Alright? Oh my god. Struggling over here. Without beer, I'm nothing. Yeah, just don't drink, Doshni. You'll be fine. You'll get a lot more viewers once you don't drink. Well, that didn't work. Anyway, the next one, yeah, as you said, it's gonna be largely depend if you like brain rot or not. But I don't think it's even the main crux of the issue, so to speak. I don't think this story actually has enough brain rot, because it doesn't. So basically what happens in the Bernice storyline, you might as well call it not a Bernice storyline, but a Piper storyline, because I learned more about fucking Piper than I learned more about than Bernice. So basically what happens is, I believe, if I can remember correctly, actually the script here is kind of lacking. It seems like I didn't have enough passion for Bernice's storyline. But basically what happens is, it's about a lottery ticket that they win with the help of the Piper, because Piper apparently has some sort of luck that rubs off on other people. So they win the lottery and they split the money, and some other bullshit happens. They decide to donate it, and that the friendship is more important than money. That's the story, I believe. I might be skipping some steps here, but that was the crux of the issue. Is the problem is, it was boring. What do you mean brain rot? There's been no brain rot. The entire brain rot happens into a cutscene where she jumps around. But even then, she just jumps around and attacks with her flamethrowers. There is no brain rot to the story. It's just a kind of boring story, actually. Let's check it out. Maybe I don't remember. Maybe actually something really exciting and really brain rotten happens, but not to my memory. All I remember is they talking about the money again and again. Look, it's even short. It's short as fuck. Look, it just has 7 episodes. What is this? Are we talking about Bernice? Yeah.
Hey, Proxy. How have you been?
The cutscene is not bad, as far as I believe. But once again, as you can see, where's the brain rot? There is no brain rot. Oh, thank you, youngsters, for donating all the fucking money.
Anyone would have done the same.
Wait, is it just me, or does it seem like this old...
And once again, we learn more about Piper than we do Bernice. Where is the brain rot I've been promised?
Proxy, do you have any good...
I do have good news, but
No, I want to hear the good news first.
I want to hear the good news too. I'm the type...
I see.
Yeah, I know about this fact. Yeah, it actually gives you money, which is pretty funny. Wait, where's the cutscene? Is it here?
Boss, I already told.
The fuck?
Thank
Oh, there
you.
it is.
Looks like luck, isn't it?
I mean, the Bernice fight is cool and all, but once again, she should be like slinging nitro fuel up her asshole and singing, you know.
Careful.
Thanks, darling.
I like the face that she does here. I'd rather learn more. I'd honestly would like to learn more about Piper than Bernice.
This is my latest formula. Bottoms up.
This is just cringe. I mean, I guess this is sort of brain rot, but it's not really on the level of her music video. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
What?
What? Yeah, okay. Okay, this one, yeah, I just don't know, guys. Is Piper? No, she's not. She's not. She's actually a mature woman. Well, not really mature, but she's old enough to drive. She's the driver for the group. But yeah, I don't think it's offensively awful like these two stories are. Definitely not. So, yeah, just drop that shit in bed. Probably followed by the lighter storyline, but I think lighter is actually has better story than Bernice. This shit's fucking whack, dude. Anyway, the lighter storyline. Actually, I believe I actually remember the lighter storyline without the script. Wait, not lighter. Wow, I lied to you. The line has been exposed. Dushni is bad. So yeah, actually the next storyline is wait. Wait, in the script I actually have lighter story, which is weird. Huh. Alright, let's skip a little and do the Ellen story. So Ellen's storyline is once again a bit of a nothing. I don't think in the script I actually just have two two sentences about it. So basically this is a little story about Ellen's everyday life and her revealing to her friends that she's part of Victoria housekeeping at the end. And that's it. I believe there is not much else to this story. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I know it's supposed to, I know not every story is supposed, well, there's actually a lot of talking. I know not every story is supposed to be, oh, look at Ellen here.
It's me.
I know not every story is supposed to be this sort of epic with a sad conclusion. And I know it sort of strives to be this slice of life.
Huh?
Ellen,
Hey.
Whoa! I've never
is that a personal bodyguard for some rich?
sneaking into school to steal the final.
Can't I just wear normal clothes?
Actually, I might change my mind on it.
Walk around everywhere.
I just-
Anyone with common sense would know that's.
You're the last person I'd expect to hear that from, considering you work for Victoria Housekeeping.
By the way,
I'm looking for your store's bathroom.
What the fuck?
I'm pretty sure you won't find it hidden under the floor.
As proxies, it turns out you're surprisingly normal.
Oh, wait!
Oh. Then I'll just use your private bathroom. Thanks.
I didn't know we had a private bathroom.
I think I was hallucinating just now.
Oh yeah, that's pretty funny, I have to admit. That's pretty
Tell us
funny.
about this special
I don't actually just remember what happens in the story. So I believe they take a contact to save her two school friends that are stuck in the hollow, but Ellen is actually confused whether or not she should show herself. And by the way, the cow siren with big breasts. Yeah, but she's a schoolgirl, so boys, keep your pants up, right? Right, so nothing happens here.
Well,
So we save them, I believe, and they realize she works for the Victoria housekeeping. But what the fuck happens next? Trying to remember.
manager! Manager!
I know I've said that I came prepared, but apparently not really.
Huh? Well, I can't.
Greetings, Master Proxy. Thank you for helping out with the commission at...
Yeah.
It's okay. It was... Are you here to follow up on the... My apologies for that. After reviewing the document...
Okay,
the
just
video
a
is
bunch
full.
of business talk.
Confirming the location of the bamboo that needs to.
I guess we do another commission with her. Oh yes, the topic for the group project. No wonder I forgot about that shit. Yes, she doesn't know what to pick for her school project. Yeah, I was fucking bored to tears here. I do like Ellen Jo. She's a great character. She's a great design. Her personality is fun.
Warning. Addict.
It's Ruby.
Is there a cutscene even?
Okay,
I guess they get stuck 2 times in the fucking hollows.
Oh man!
And there's not even a cutscene. I guess they spent all the money on the
So-
comics.
And I tried so hard to keep it a If my identity is exposed, I might have to transfer schools. Such a hassle. If Ruby finds out I'm transferring, she'll cry so much Madeline will probably calm her down. Mona will probably casually wish, oh, but if I transfer now,
Ellen.
it's not a big deal.
Crunch.
I'm used to stuff like Anyway,
That's a big RIP to the lollipop.
Is Ellen gonna be okay?
Why is she using the bathroom all the time in our place? And can I... Okay, actually, I should finish that train of thought.
Well, life's...
Ellen, you have notifications from your group chat and favorite content. Don't read them out loud!
Oh, we get to see embarrassed Ellen, so that's good.
Did they ask you to hang out?
Sorry. Hi, what?
They say sharing. Should I?
If you're unsure, maybe you could ask everyone at Victoria Housekeeping.
But I'm sure they would want you to.
The animations are kinda cool. The drawings are kinda cool, I have to admit.
Bye.
I guess the problem for me is just how not impressive the story is. There's basically no story. It's basically, let's check out Ellen do cute things. But as far as that goes, it actually fulfills that purpose. I was kind of harsh on it in my script, saying that it's fucking snooze fast, but I wouldn't say it's a snooze fast. We still learn more about Ellen and her personality. We get to interact with her. That's more than I can say about any of these stories where we get fuck all, right? Should place her in C maybe. Yeah, just a little story. Nothing too bad, nothing too good. Place her somewhere over here, I think. You know. Yeah, good enough. Alright, let's handle Lighter now. Where the fuck is he? Alright. So I think Lighter's storyline is famous for just one thing, that fight near the end. I don't think you can actually replay it, unfortunately, but yes. Yeah, but that's what it's famous for. Let me get the script. So Lighter uncovers, it's called Unsung Champion. So Lighter uncovers a plot by an old rival gang to instigate a violent incident during the settlement days in Blazewood, aiming to harm the Sons of Caledon. So I guess that's a flashback. So Lighter, it's not a flashback. Lighter investigates alone, learns the details of the ambush, but is discovered. He then works with the proxy to intercept the rival gang in the Hollow, ultimately protecting Cinder Lake and the other gangs during the festival. Yeah, that's pretty much it. But during the story, we do get some reveals, like Lighter's past as a mercenary, so his character gets expanded upon. We do get some new information about him, about his boxing style. The problem is that the stakes are kind of low, and it's really short story. And once again, the story itself is just Lighter saves the day, is the story. But the last fight where it goes like, you know, the side view was pretty cool. They repeated that again later in like during summer, I believe. Yeah. Is there a cutscene? Oh my god, it's not that short actually, never mind. Actually, it's not short at all, just scrap that.
Never mind.
I have to remind you guys that my script is kind of old. I wrote it before Lucia came out. Absolutely wrecked. Man, the fucker really farms some aura points.
I'm here to issue a challenge to all of you.
All of us. What are you putting up?
This poor fucker with a big body got his shit beaten out of from him by everybody in the fucking roster. Well, I do know it's a different guy each time, but still.
Don't quit right away.
Challenge accepted. I'll take on all of you. So bring it.
I wonder how many panties he got wet. Any guesses?
Oh, I'm so tired.
Cool music.
Gonna take a breather here.
I believe there's not much more to this story, right?
Because of my poor judgment.
Oh no, there is something. Look at that.
Lost their lives. I was filled with regret.
I took out a huge loan to support their families. And then the debt collectors threw me into an underground fighting ring to work off what I owed. I didn't have anywhere else to go, or any other options, so I was like a zombie those days. After being there for a while, I became scared to look anyone in the eye.
That's why you're wearing glasses?
Then Big Daddy paid off my debts.
So when Big Daddy is gonna become playable? Big Daddy is that pig, right?
This Red Skull. He called me a high-profile fighter, saying I ran. When I joined the Sons of Caledon, I thought it was just another. But over time, I know.
Yeah. Actually, I'm warming up to this story. It's not that bad.
This red scarf isn't just a sign of victory. As long as I
Big Daddy, next playable agent, I hear, guys. Get excited.
Sons of Caledon.
How much of cuckolding will it be if instead of idols, Big Daddy comes out? Imagine the amount of burned asses. Moment extended with the fading light, Lighter finally seems to adjust to the shift in shadows. He lifts his head. Anyway.
That besides this red skull.
And yeah, one thing I forgot to mention, actually it's one of the stories where at the end the proxies actually and the Lighter actually do become friends, like actual friends. Lighter like is really grateful for the help. So yeah, that's pretty cool as well. Yeah, pretty cool, pretty cool. Let's think about it, huh? They probably would be happy. Oh my god, the Big Daddy! Oh my lord. Don't put him with Lucy on the team, probably. I still don't feel like these stories actually reach the levels that the later stories are going to reach, you know what I mean? I feel like they were still... I think the breaking point where shit becomes good is Harumasa's story, and then it's just one good story after another, outside of certain one that you can probably guess. Actually, 2 stories that I hate. But anyway, let's place it with B for now, low B. Yeah, seems good enough. I mean, this tier is pretty busy over here. It's definitely not bad. Is it mid? Yeah, I guess for my personal taste is mid, but we're trying to make a tier list here, so trying to stay objective is important, right? Right. Alright, I'm gonna take a quick piss break, so don't go anywhere, guys. I just need to... Actually, I drink some water first, so... my water gets charged up faster. That's not how it works, Dushni. It has to go through your fucking pancreas. Fuck. All guys roach out. I don't think... Damn. I didn't expect this stream to be so boring so nobody joins. That's kind of a shame. Oh well. Still content that I'm gonna then cut up and release on my channel. Anyway, Harumasa's story, huh? So yeah, as I said, I believe that's the time they actually found the writing groove, and from this point on the stories became kind of amazing. Ugh. Sorry for drinking so much, my throat is fucking parched. Anyway, Harumasa's story, right? Let's see, where is it? So yeah, Asaba Harumasa is an agent and is part of the Section 6 and is presented to us as apathetic, lazy and quite irresponsible individual, usually skipping or sleeping at work, always blaming his weak constitution and that he feels sick. In this story we learn that Harumasa suffers from either aptitude regression syndrome, yeah, that's the official name, So that's a terminal and incurable illness that affects the lungs and the heart. He was abandoned at the hospital in the city by his parents as a young boy after they became aware of this diagnosis. So that's where the master, in quotation marks, takes him in and performs some medical experiments. So under the guise that he was healing him, but at the same time he was draining his spinal fluid in order to use it on the new drug, which is called Ether Booster. So what happens in the story, actually, Haramasa finds traces of the drug and contacts the Proxies in order to help track it down and sort of destroy it. They do find it, but it turns out it's guarded by an ethereal who is later revealed to be his master, who transformed. So Haramasa injects himself with a new drug, saying his final goodbyes in a pretty emotional scene. But turns out, of course, that the drug was an antidote, so the last will of his master, so to speak. So while he still has the disease and sometime he will die from it, the effects are lessened. So overall, Haramasa's story is not that bad. Actually, it's kind of great. We finally learned some more dark side of Zenless Zone Zero, because before that it didn't really feel like this heavy storyline, but with Haramasa we see how far the government goes in order to fight the Hollows. I believe there's a cutscene near the end. Yeah.
Excuse me, my...
So what I like about this story is that it actually puts Haramasa in a new light, which is what I like from an agent story to do.
That
right?
ethereal keeps circling around the brief.
Are you okay? Is it your illness? Well done.
What the fuck do you think it is, Proxy?
I'll go ahead and take what he left behind.
Yeah, there's also this evil guy who wants to take it for himself, but he's inconsequential, you can forget about him.
Who do you think you are?
Do you think Vice feels pain?
Survive for much longer.
In case he does, why does he scream? Whoa, that's a good fucking scene, huh? That was a great transition. Now, I have a few questions about this place. Is this what actually Afterlife looks like in Zenless Zone Zero? Or is just him hallucinating?
Tell me, will we ever get to feel the wind again?
Yeah, Haramasa was not the only one who was experimented upon and whose spinal fluid was taken.
I still have unfinished.
Also, yellow glow, by the way. Yeah, yellow glow is important. That's how twins burn. So that's an interesting point as well. I suppose golden glow really does play a part in this story. We just don't know what the fuck it is yet.
Each time you pull the string.
I mean, that's how the twins defeat the miasma. I suppose it's something that was discovered probably by Carol Arnott that actually can fight the miasma and the hollows. Bam! And then he just dies. Well, not yet.
It's useless. Even if you smash it, as long as there's a single drop, my people can replicate it. You...
Kiss your grand plans goodbye.
I see it, he did.
Haramasa, what have you done?
I don't think that was...
Proxy, but I can't let...
I don't think that was the most sane choice to do, but I think at this point Haramasa just gives up a bit. That's why he does it. I mean, there's other ways to destroy this capsule, but Haramasa just gives up, I think, here.
This headband?
Huh?
Yeah.
I really have it?
It's a pretty good emotional story overall. I like it. Basically, yeah, he was basically ready to accept his death. So that was sort of his final hurrah. So yeah, definitely amazing. There's no two words about it. I would place it in S, but I think it's a bit overshadowed by the amazing stories that come later. And especially one of my favorite stories, which is next, Echoes of Silver, about the Silver Company. I already talked about it in my shorts, if you guys have seen it, so... But I'll briefly speak on it. So, actually, I'm not going to use the script, because the script is too long. I actually go into way too much detail. I'll basically repeat what I said in the short, if my memory will not fail me. So basically, the government, in order to fight the Hollows, creates a new branch, which is called the Silver Company, and they basically were trying to create the clones of we don't know who. I said in the short that it's Void Hunter, but it's unconfirmed. We don't know who the clone is based on. But basically, it was to create a bunch of fighter clones who would be created and replicated and then sent over and over in the Hollows in order to clear them. And that project proved to be sort of a success, creating the most loyal and strong fighters. They were loyal to such a degree that they could kill themselves just if asked by the owners of this company. The problem is that this was too fucking costly. It was too costly, so the project was decided to get scrapped, and all the clones were sent on this sort of final Hollow mission, the sort of final hurrah, the final woo! And actually several clones survived that mission. That includes Enby, Soldier 11, and Twiggy. So the Twiggy then was discovered by Sarah, the main antagonist of the game, and in order to learn the secret of the clones, she performed several really brutal experiments on her. And the experiments was so brutal. Actually, let me pull up a picture real quick, because that shit should not be shown in the, anywhere. I don't remember where exactly it happens. I think it's the third part of the story.
Nicole? So,
Or maybe the second one?
I remember you from.
Actually, I think it's the second one then. Yeah, the music though.
I'm heartbroken, Anne.
Yeah, that's Twiggy, by the way. We might as well check the cutscene.
get out of here!
Yeah, the clone's gone bad. Yeah, so as I said before, Soldier 11 is also part of this clone. That's why they have the similar hair. But unfortunately, she has amnesia, so she doesn't know she was a clone.
Silver Company formation.
She remembers it now in the story, because I skipped a few bits in the story which were important. But at the end, she will not remember it, unfortunately. Yeah. I think that was in the second one then.
I see now.
Yeah, that's when the Twiggy captures Soldier 11 on the request of Sarah, probably to further her experiments. So yeah, this picture fucking blows my mind that it was shown in a gacha game, for fuck's sake. That shit's insane. So yeah, basically Sarah has put her through so much bad experiments that her entire body was cut up basically, and not only her arms and legs, her entire inner organs were completely rearranged, taken out, and Sarah basically wanted every single ounce of knowledge she can pull from Twiggy. So, and all this time she could feel pain, and the only thing she could think about are her sisters, because that's the only happy memories that she had. She's a clone. All she knows is fighting, and the only good times is when they had to spend time with each other. So she clung to that all this time, but unfortunately the toll of the pain and mental pain were a bit too much, so the Twiggy at the end actually takes her own life, if you can believe that. And yeah, the Silver Company story is incredibly brutal. That's the only thing I can say. I really like it. I think it goes into the topics, and basically the storytelling is mature for a gacha game, which I didn't expect from it. Right? Yeah. Anyway, let's place that shit in an S tier. I definitely believe it's worthy of being in an S tier, right? Yeah. Yeah, this one is amazing. Yeah. yeah. I think I've said all I have to say about the story. As I said before, I also have a short about it, if you guys want to check it out on my channel. But yeah, let's carry on. This story, as I said, really surprised me and showed that the Xenozone Zero team can really create a banger, so to speak. Yeah, and so they did with the next storyline. So the next storyline, the trigger one, is also quite good. Right, let's see. I'm actually gonna read from the script here. So this episode is actually a flashback when the siblings first moved to the 6th Street and their very first commission, to find a woman in the photo along with 2 clues, a harmonica and a music sheet. After fruitless search with pretty much nobody knowing what the fuck are they on about and who is this woman, Proxy decides to play the harmonica on a whim, which actually summons Karen. Yes, she's not known as Trigger yet, she uses her codename Karen, we'll learn later why. Turning her back in, we learn that the person who made the request actually disappeared, only leaving behind coordinates, and what you find at the coordinates is a corpse killed by a sniper. So the sniper turns out to be Zoe, a part of the defense force who fought during the fall of the old capital. We also learned that Sharon was part of this defense force as well. When the holo hit, most higher-ups assumed it was a normal holo. They didn't know it was Holo Zero, you know, the most dangerous one right now. So they sent a few small squads to deal with it. Among them was the Lara squad, which Trigger was a part of, and the other squad, which Zoe was a part of. So the defense force was tasked with holding the Ethereals back, and they were promised backup, but the backup never came. So both Zoe and Karen were forced to see their comrades die one by one, with Karen actually losing her vision when an ethereal spike hit her eyes. Both of them, so Zoe and Trigger, or Karen as she's called right now, they both suffer from severe PTSD, and both of them constantly having visions of their dead comrades, while Karen decides to escape those visions, convincing herself that their squad is still alive, since she still feels their presence due to her either corrupted eyes. Zoe went on a different road, so it is described that she wakes up every night with sweats and vomiting. The PTSD is so bad, and she came to the conclusion that the comrades would what their comrades really wanted is for them to take revenge against the system who sent them to die. So Zoe actually resents Karen for not helping her, for not sharing her pain, for deluding herself into thinking that the squad is still alive, and so on. So to deal with PTSD, Zoe started to kill all the other squads who were supposed to be sent as reinforcements, but never who were sent as reinforcements. And Karen actually tries to put a stop to it. So this leads to a final duel of the snipers where Karen takes the upper hand and shoots Zoe, ending her killing streak. The story ends with one of the brothers of her dead squadmate presenting her with a cassette tape. So yeah, Sharon was really apologetic and felt really guilty in front of all the family members of her dead squadmates, but the brother of one of her squadmates actually gave her a cassette tape, and there was a pretty heartfelt message on it. So the cassette tape was actually supposed to be given to Karen on her 1000th day with Lara squad, and we learned that Karen's codename is actually Trigger, but she used the name Karen, who was I don't remember if she was a captain or not, but basically it was another person on the team. So the recording contains the whole squad congratulating Trigger and reminiscing on the old times and how happy they are that she joined them, and they basically tell her to rely on them more, so to speak. And their message ends with the tune of the harmonica, which is quite infamous in the Xenozone community, I believe. And so now that Trigger no longer blames herself, and she knows that her comrades never hated her for being the only survivor, so she joins the Obel squad and she gives her the proper name Trigger. And yes, basically that was the summary of the story. Alright, let me pull the game back up. So this one is actually also great. We get a lot of lore details. We get more about Trigger's personality. We actually learn more about the siblings as well in this story. Obviously the harmonica stuff is trying to be very emotional and does work. Yeah, and as you can see, it's not a small story. But yeah, the message here is quite.
So you're the sniper from Liar Squad.
Yeah, as you can see.
It's nice to.
And you must be the one who's been searching for me, Nathan, the younger brother of Lethe.
That's right.
As you can see, she's called Sharon
Sorry
here.
for causing all this trouble. I nearly cost you your life. Becoming when the reinforcements decided to retreat, I spoke out against it.
Proxy, do you remember?
There's the melody.
I was terrified of seeing the look on their face.
Of course.
Yeah, there's also she was afraid to remember their looks. She always thought they were looking at her with disgust, but yes, no, they weren't. Of course not.
Clear.
As you can see, they're actually all corrupted.
The exact moment of parting.
They're all corrupted already.
So this is our last glance. This is the answer you wanted me to find. Thanks, guys.
They actually wanted her to survive, and I believe this is Sharon. Maybe this one. Anyway. Alright. Yeah, so this one is also a great storyline, I believe. Oh, sorry for spooking you. Sorry for interrupting the serious broadcast with a fucking bell wearing a panda hat on her head. Sorry about that. I'm sure all the seriousness is now vanished from this realm. But yeah, this is once again a really surprising, serious story from the Xenozone Zero team. It really does not pull any punches. Especially with PTSD, both Zoe and Trigger is shown to have severe PTSD and all the consequences of it, especially Zoe. And the way it's described in the game is like, as I said, it doesn't pull punches. And of course the entire storyline ends with Trigger shooting Zoe in the heart. Well, maybe not in the heart, in the lungs. And we'll also get a little scene where with a bullet wound they talk. So yeah. It's one of the most serious stories. I really like them. I don't really need all the stories to be like that, but still, it's great when they happen. I wish they're gonna do more of them. I'm also gonna place it in the S tier. I think it has everything that I like in those stories, like serious storytelling, tight writing, more lore. We definitely learn a lot about the fall of the Old Capital, the relationship stuff. So Trigger ends up actually relying on the proxies a lot and is very thankful to us, and is actually one of their confirmed love stories, because she outright in her trust event she actually outright says that she's in love with the proxy. She doesn't say I'm in love with you, but you can read between the lines very easily there. There's no ambiguity. I mean, there is a word love. Like the document that she uses where every our action is written, it's called something like Battlefield Love Manual or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, this one is great. And now we go into a bit of a bullshit territory real quick. I'm not sure why they sidestep like that, but I guess they figure out they made two sad stories and now it's time to lighten the mood. Unfortunately, the way they lighten the mood with the Jufufu story, which is not that great. So basically, Jufufu stars in a movie, but not really. I'm sure there are a lot of parallels with real Chinese movies and quotes from them. Unfortunately, I don't know any of them. So, but it turns out to be not a real movie, and actually it was a real movie, but one of the actors was actually evil and he was trying to do something with the Tiger Tyrants to put them on the map or something like that. I barely remember it. The stories actually have a story and her tribe, but I can't take the story seriously. Yeah, there's not much information about her tribe, to be honest. I know this villain guy was so generic and stock, and she was spewing bullshit about the tribe. I actually learned more about her tribe through the latest Yishan Gang quest line. Anyway, and so this tiger guy turns out to be evil, but she defeats him. But of course, it was all on camera, and I guess there's no actor saving, how do I even say it, but the point is it's decided to be made into the movie. And yeah I think my main problem is that even though we do learn some lore about the orange cat, we don't really interact with her in the story. We don't even talk to her once, I believe. Maybe we talk to her once, but it's basically just Jufufu's story about filming a movie. and one Tiger's Tyrant being really bad. And yeah, especially after her trailers, it's hard to make a serious story about her, I know, yeah. Yeah, Orange Cat. Orange Cat, Orange Cat, Orange Cat. We're not even in the book. We are not even going to bother watching her shit. I'll just place it in mid tier. Nah, maybe actually she's as bad as this one. Nah, she's not as bad as this one. She as bad as Bernice. I don't like them equally, to be honest. I don't like them equally. Either move Bernice up or move Fufu down. Nah, Chingy is a better storyline than fucking Fufu. Yeah. I think. I just dislike the cliche plot is all, outside of everything else that I said. Yeah, I'll leave it like this for now. This looks fine to my eyes. Alright. Now to my favorite story. I'm gonna yap a bit about it, but I already yapped a lot about it, but I'm actually gonna do this right now. Just move, bitch. Yeah. Yeah. So, Flora of the Blooming Valley. Yeah, this story fucking rocks. I believe it's not only just the good Zenless Zone Zero story. I think it's just a good story overall. Like it's something you can like tell in a manga or a book or something like that. Well, maybe not that far, but it's up there, definitely. And can you guess what it features? It features subtle writing. Yeah, no shit, right? Can barely believe that. Didn't know while I saw some real subtle writing. Anyway, so Seed, right? Maybe I should put the sad music when I talk about it. So yeah, Seed is presented to us during the main storyline in Waifu Peninsula. And Creepers? Yeah. So, Seed is presented to us during the main storyline as part of the Abol Squad. Yes, the same one with Trigger and Soldier 11, the ones we just talked about. It seems all the Abol Squad is all sorts of fucked up as far as their stories goes and their mental fortitude. And so she's portrayed as a bubbly and silly girl who is good with machines, taking on a role of sort of a mechanic. And that's pretty much as deep as the main story goes, as portraying Seed. She keeps maintenance on guns and bank booze, and mostly just smiles and says silly things. So once you start the agent story, you get contacted by the Abol Squad to help Seed, who apparently left for a holo by herself and refuses to come out. You're also told that the robot that she's using, called Seed Senior, is actually dead. So it sort of goes into a bit of a rabbit hole about AI constructs. So the AI constructs can indeed die, but their body, obviously, because it's made of metal, it still exists. But due to some corruption, or just being old, or just withering away, or just like the contacts getting loose or something like that, the AI construct in this universe can indeed die. So, in order not to disappoint Seed, because of the reasons we'll learn later, everybody in the Abol Squad collectively lies to her, saying that the AI construct was moved to another unit and is on the mission somewhere, and someday he will return, going to some ridiculous length to keep the lie going, like messaging from Seed's phone and creating fake transmissions. Like, what the fuck are they trying to fool? So this is obviously dumb, but they believe that Seed is going to become very unstable since she is so young and won't be able to carry out missions. So we go into the hall and talk to Seed, where we learn two things. First of all, Seed, who I'm going to be calling Flora from now on, since it's technically her name. So Flora was found by an AI construct during the fall of the old capital, when the retreat order has been issued. So Seed saw a small girl, like in the Sea of Flowers. He was initially given an order to stand down and ignore her because the corruption around her was too high and it was dangerous to take her in, but he still decides to take her in, and he becomes sort of a father figure to her. Of course, the amount of fatherly advice and attention he provides to her cannot be explained by me. You kind of need to see the trailers and the story to get that, but you should just trust me on this one. So the other thing we learn, and we actually don't learn it because it's never stated by the game itself, but Flora is a sociopath. Yes, she actually has a very she has inability to understand feelings, and even like simple concepts like death. She cannot understand it. In the story, there's a lot of dialogue. She has to compare those things, the emotions, the feelings. She always has to compare it to something logical, mechanical, something that she can understand. She has also some trouble connecting with the others and sharing her real personality with the others. And she also does another thing, which we'll see later. She manipulates everyone. And once again, sociopath, because of their not being able to understand feelings, maybe I'll phrase it differently. They understand feelings on the mechanical level. It makes them very easy. It makes it easy for them to manipulate others. So they think of it sort of like, I have to put this smile in order to get this reaction. So that's sort of how they, of course, I'm not a doctor or any kind of professional. I'm just talking out of my ass, guys. Please don't grill me in the comments. But you get my point, right? What I like about it, that, as I said, and yeah, about manipulating, sorry, got off track a little. In the end, it turns out that Flora basically manipulated everyone. That's because it was very easy for her to do. So yeah, what I like about this choice is that, once again, it's not really confirmed, it's not really said anywhere that Flora is a sociopath, but she is. And the subtlety of the writing, this character, really blew me away. I think I have a little anecdote for you. When I was streaming and we saw Seed for the first time, one of the things I kept mentioning over and over again, I cannot place her character. Like, I cannot figure out like what her character is. Is she just a bubbling moron? Is that it? And the reason I couldn't do it is because sociopaths don't really have a character. They have masks, so to speak, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it just shocks me that the gacha game has this subtlety of writing. Maybe I'm overglazing the story a little bit, but you have to understand the ending. So, as we go along, we soon realize that Flora knew from the very beginning that Seed is indeed already dead, and that all the messages, all the transmissions are all lies. So basically she knew all of that. She just wanted to find any information about Seed, or maybe if he left something to her, or anything like that. But all her logical steps, all her manipulations, they never really paid off. There was nothing. Seed, indeed, is just gone. He's dead. Which is hard for her to accept on account of not even understanding the concept of death. She just does not understand why is he gone. She just doesn't understand it. So she asks us to leave her alone so she can say her final goodbyes in the place where he found her. And that's where she left him. Reaching it, she sees that the place is overgrown with flowers that Sid grew for her while he was still alive. Having reached sort of a breaking point, Seed breaks down. And I think she even breaks down for the first time in her life. And during that breakdown, she activates the final message from Seed. And man, once again, the subtlety of the writing. So to hear the final message, to hear the final thoughts that Seed left her, it was not her manipulations, it was not her high intellect, it was not her knowledge of machines, it was not her understanding of how robots work, none of that. The only thing that actually brought Seed back for a little bit was to show a little bit of emotion, which Seed actually probably wanted Flora to do. And that is some insanely good writing and subtlety from a gacha game. We gotta see the message, boys. Sorry to spook you once again with a bell hand. Hopefully I don't choke up on it. Is that it? Yeah. It's funny because the music already makes me slightly emotional. They really wrote this moment really good.
Even Captain Magus and Dr. Veronica said I did a good job.
That they really, like...
I can take care of things now, all by myself.
the music, the animation.
I've grown taller. Even taller than those flowers in the hollow. See?
Shit. Yeah, it's a bit of a fake out, but of course there's nothing. Yeah.
Why aren't you here?
Why aren't you here? It's just such a simple question, but she just doesn't understand. Why is he not here? And that's her breakdown for the first time. And then the final message.
Special sample to pilot identity.
By the way, before we proceed, I want to give a... I actually looked the actor up, so the Sid, the one who plays Sid Senior, I'm gonna give a big props. His name is Justice Washington. Is it not the best name you've heard? So the actor's name is Justice Washington, and he fucking kills it! He kills it as Sid.
Sorry, Sid.
Especially in this message.
Keep my promise. Forgive me for leaving without saying goodbye. But I couldn't bring myself to imagine how much the truth might hurt you. Especially when you were still... That's why I couldn't risk it. I even selfishly asked the others in Obel. If you realize they've been lying to you, please don't blame them.
Yeah. I'm not gonna play the entire message. I just want to give you a little sample, because if I'm gonna listen to the entire fucking thing, I'm gonna cry again, I swear. Look at the art, by the way. The art is great as well. So yeah, Sid's storyline. It's fucking good from top to bottom. It's one of the best damn stories I've fucking heard about in a while. I'm not sure... Music, voice, acting, and scene itself, yeah. The writing as well, I'm gonna put writing, because the Sid's entire message is actually really good as well. It's really emotional. And yeah, as I said, the parallels that she actually needed to use her emotion to activate the final message. I really like this sort of deal. Not her over analyzing, not her like understanding of the machines, none of that. Just the emotion. I was amazing the obsession, thank you. Anyway, we're pretty much close to the end. Actually, that's where my script ends. As I said, I wrote it before Lucia. So we're gonna sort of quick fire the last few ones, right? Actually, the last few ones, and by last few ones I just mean Lucia, because I'm not sure what these stories are. Is this supposed to be Jane Doe's storyline? But it's not an agent storyline, it's just part of the main story, is it not? I believe this is Yanagi's storyline, and this is Astra Yao, but they were part of the main story, so I'm not gonna rate them. I'm just specifically rating the agent storylines. Otherwise we'll be here forever if you're gonna rate every storyline. Special episode. Should we rate them too real quickly? Anyway, Lucia's storyline. I'm gonna go a bit on memory here. So I believe what happens is in Lucia's storyline, the problem is with Lucia's storyline, they sort of blew their load on the main storyline. And so the thing with her father and like the way he was transformed, they all blew it in the main storyline. So the most interesting thing about this story is this tribe of goats. Yeah, this is the tribe of goats, and sort of this sleeping god that not the god, but the sleeping, you know, ethereal that they don't want to get into the people's dreams. I don't remember the entire story of it, but basically there existed an ethereal who can affect dreams, and they basically try to put him off. If I remember correctly, I could be mistaken. But yeah, basically what happens, we learn more about the tribe, and we learn that the ethereals can be good, and basically the dude wanted to take him away to study and learn how ethereals work. The problem is, I agree with the dude. We should take the guy away and learn more fucking things about ethereals. We had Silver Company, for fuck's sake. The government did way worse things than that. I know Lucy is attached to the dog, but fuck. Yeah, the main storyline was pretty emotional as well. In the main story, she had a pretty good story, but here it's... I think my main problem is just I fundamentally disagree with it. And yeah, it was just a story with the poppers. I didn't really feel anything. It was just about this, once again, evil guy. But evil in quotation marks. He was evil because he was a douchebag. If he was just a normal, like, you know,
The real ethereals?
he should have given normal rebuttals. You know, I hate Lucia's design as well.
Has answered my call.
Yeah, that's cringe, Lucia. You should probably stop. But yeah, this storyline is overall not very interesting. Not that.
Borrowed a vacant house from Monato.
I think.
Kieran could stay there.
I think actually they should have concentrated more like it was in her trailer. Because her trailer where she like runs around different areas was actually quite fun. Like it showed her wacky personality. We actually don't see this wacky personality anywhere in the storyline. But we should have had, if you're not gonna have the serious storyline, if you want to do the goofy one, we could have had like her, like this weird scientist running around, and maybe we could learn some details about more ethereals and like their behaviors. That would be cool, right? That'd be kind of interesting. It wouldn't be great, but it would be something. We would learn something new. So basically, it's one of those with a squandered opportunity. I believe they kind of lost the plot with Lucia. Oh, look at that, it's Cairn.
I remember you. Would you mind if I asked a few quick follow-up questions?
Cairn is such a weird design, like back me. Put for food your story and you're good to go. Now that's a mishmash. Right. Right. She. Yeah, it's... is it bad? Is it bad or is meat bad? Actually, personally I dislike the story. But I dislike the story on account of being, you know, missed potential. So maybe overall, if we like look at the story with like sober mind, maybe it's actually not that bad. It's a bit fun to run around with an ethereal dog, but yeah, fuck this story. Fuck Lucia. What a piece of shit. Actually, Fufu, yeah, switch places. Actually, switch place. Actually, nah, not as bad as Lycan. Okay, I'll give you a little bit of a break. Alright, let's quick fire away the last ones because so Jane Doe's storyline, I don't remember much of it. I do remember that we learn about her undercover job. I do remember there's a lot of funny details with Seth, the cat boy cop, and it was basically the entire story was basically Jane Doe fucking around with Seth, which was quite hilarious. It's a shame we didn't. It's a shame we didn't see any. It's a shame we didn't. It's a shame we didn't see any interactions with the proxies, which is the problem. So yeah, it's not amazing. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's definitely cool. I don't remember the cutscene there, but I do remember smiling about the story, and that's more than I can say about everything else. So Miyabi's storyline was good. My only problem is that it was all simulation, and I don't like simulation storylines. Outside of that, there was a lot of great interactions between Yanagi and her team. We definitely learned more about the Section 6. So yeah, I'm gonna just place it in good as well. Maybe it's amazing. Nah, it's not amazing. It's a pretty cliche plot. Do I prefer Jane Doe's story over Yanagi's? Yeah, probably I do. Yeah. Jane Doe's story had... Actually, put it in A. Jane Doe's story had personality. Like, I at least remember most of the story bits that happened there. The Astra Yao. This one, I do not fucking remember at all. I do not remember the Astra Yao. What the fuck? What happened there? Did you like go on a little adventure? Special episode. Oh yeah, so this one... Look at the Jane Doe art. Like, holy shit. There's an Seth at the top. Actually, one thing I really hate that this sort of... Zenless Zone Zero moved out... Oh my god, Bell jump scare. Zenless Zone Zero moved away from this stylish arts that they did because this looks fucking great. Like, all of them look amazing. They all look stylized, they all look unique, they all look like... I don't know, like stories being told in this world. Like, this one is totally different from this one, but that's what I liked, all these unique styles that she has. This one looks fucking beautiful. The artist should get a blowjob on this one. Or, you know, the bean flicks, whatever. This one looks kind of choppy, but I guess that was a different artist. Alright. No, don't open this one. This one looks great, like... like, who... Like, they should bring the style back. They should bring some of these animators back. Do some more of these. They look great. I do like that they all look unique. Like, every story feels unique because of it. Look at Miyabi here. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, anyway. Now, what the hell happened here? Astronomical moment? What the fuck? I do not remember this one. No, I mean bring some of the old animators back that they're not using anymore. The other mall, Good Evening New Era do epilogue. Yo, can you remind me about this one? Is it something about... where her concert is basically gets interrupted, right? Something like that?
3.
Yeah, but this evil woman, but I don't remember like what she wanted to do. Like, I don't remember her motivations at all.
1.
I guess it's cool to see Astro Yao sing. She does sing in this one, right? Ah, late husband's funeral. Oh yeah, she flew the entire thing in the air, yeah.
I'll use my singing to protect everyone!
Xiao. How rude of you. It's not over yet.
Yeah, do the singing.
The harmonic core! The Starlink's lost power! What do we do?
Do the singing! Well, that's the spine's gone.
The only song is for a funeral.
Yo, was that not a good shot? Something about that Astro is a fake? Yeah? God, I cannot remember a single fucking thing about this story. I think it was during New Year, right? That was during New Year, I think. It was last New Year. I think we'll get similar story. Really? But why not during the New Year? Oh god, boys. Stop. Yeah, it's a bit... I think I'm too old for this. I think I've finished with singing a song to end the disaster some time ago. I mean, okay, I know in this world actually music and song plays an important part. You know what I mean? Oh, okay. Oh, fuck. Yeah, but the game is international. Anyway, skip. Have mercy on me. Anyway, yeah, this one is, I don't have any strong feelings on it. Do you just place it as cool? Nah, let's place it in mid. It's probably better than the fucking Shingi storyline, right? Yeah, maybe something like this. The problem is... my main problem is that I don't remember a single fucking thing about this. I know it's my problem, but, you know, if the story is halfway decent, I should at least remember some bits and pieces from it. You know what I mean, guys? Yeah. Yeah, actually, that's probably a good spot for her. So what do you guys think? I think... let's check the list over, shall we? So yeah, this is good. Fufu, Bernice, Lucia. Yeah, I'm actually fine with those placements. Maybe pull Fufu up a bit. Fufu's story does not offend me like these do. These stories kind of offend me a little bit. They could have told more, they could have done more, they could have showed more. Yeah. This is fine. This is fine. I would have moved Soldier to F tier. Actually, yeah, maybe. Yeah. Let's bring the bitch down. But these two are definitely F tier. These two are fucking These ones are cursed, like actually cursed. Jane Doe is amazing. Yeah, that I could see that. Yeah, I could see. It's a fun storyline. I actually remember it, and I remember a lot of jokes. I remember she was forcing Seth to piss a lot. Is that not funny? Well, maybe it's sort of like kid humor, but still, I remembered that. It's like, Seth, drink some water. It's free. Oh shit! I want to take a piss. And go ahead, dude. Yeah, I'm overall happy with this one. All right. Man, shame not many people joined. Actually, I do have 20 views, but I don't think anybody stayed. Yeah. Everyone just dipped, and not a single fucker joined me on Twitch. Well, I hope it wasn't too boring for you guys. I'm gonna end it here now. Thank you very much for staying with me, Going Goblin. I'm surprised Buffly didn't show up or anybody else, but that's life, I guess. Hopefully you're satisfied with my list. I'm gonna release it later as a message, so people can judge me on it. And yeah, see you guys around. We'll see what we do on the next stream. I'll think about it. Maybe actually Wuthering Waves will come out. Ooh. Bye bye.